Hi guys, what's up? This is Wilson, right? That's my name. Um, as you see, I'm at work right now, and it is almost 1 o'clock in the morning. So nothing is going on. I figured I'd just do a quick stream. Um, it's a stream that's not public though, so that's kind of weird. But if you guys want to see live streams like this in the future, just let me know. Um, so what's going on? What's going on? Not much. um, I did a video last week, I think, for you guys who follow me for the electric unicycle stuff. And I did a video last week where I was testing out the high speed mode or just seeing what that functionality entailed. And I probably didn't plan out that video well enough. I was just going in, just testing out high speed mode and see if there was any feeling, if there was any change to the ride feel of the Sherman S with high speed mode, and obviously with a lot of comments saying, dude, the high speed mode doesn't change the feel of the ride, and I think I said it a couple times in the video, but there were a couple times that I was like wishy washy, going, "Oh, I think there's like 10-15% braking and 10% more acceleration," and then I say, "Oh well, I don't think there is." So it can be kind of confusing if you're watching the video. Uh, if my videos, I don't necessarily think they are informal 100%. I tend to make videos that are more like entertaining. I try to make entertaining videos at least, and I hope they are some way somehow with a little injection of vlog-ish elements. Um, but I had a comment from "Is there any food?" I forgot where it was. I don't know if it was a personal message or a comment from his videos or one of my videos. I forgot now, but it was sometime this week. Is there any food? It's a YouTube channel. If you don't know who that is, and he was like, "Man, you put a lot of time in your videos, and it must take a long time to edit that, or something like that." I know Spartacus made a comment about that too, and let me just touch upon that, guys. It doesn't take me a long time to edit these videos. Literally, it takes me probably like an hour or maybe 2 hours to do the filming or be somewhere filming. And then I immediately come home, unload that footage, and most of the time I edit right after. Um, and that takes me maybe 2 to 3 hours maximum, around average 2 hours. It doesn't take me long. Um, and then I upload, and I have super fast internet now, so it does not take me a long time to upload this stuff, which is very good. So in on average, it takes about 4 hours total for everything. The upload, the filming, the editing. And if you guys are learning how to edit, um, the most basic thing I can suggest is practice and practice and practice. And I'm not saying I'm the best video editor, because I'm not. I'm definitely not the best video editor, but practice taking clips from different sources, from your favorite movies, and maybe chop up your favorite movie and make it the way you want it to be. Learn how to take the audio out from the movie and inject different types of tracks from other movies. Make your own mashup. I do that once in a while. I make mashup videos, and it's just for my own amusement. um, you know, get creative. Just make your own collage in video form, whatever you want, and just practice editing techniques. Practice different transitions that your video editor has, and just play around with it. I'm there's no definitive timeline on how long it takes to edit something. It takes a while. You have to find the right video editing program for you. There's some free ones out there, and there's some paid ones. And the one that I use that works for me the best is DaVinci, uh, because performance of the video editor itself is key. I hate video editing programs that crash and crash and crash, and it doesn't matter how good that graphics card is. If the program sucks and likes to crash on your operating system all the time, that's no fun. Losing all your progress. I have no patience for that. So, DaVinci has been good. It has not crashed. I have a 3080 Ti graphics card, so that helps for my video editing. So, um, yeah, just keep practicing, and it doesn't take me too long. Other other things that I want to suggest too is if we were looking to film videos, or let me just tell you how I film my videos. Is I use a GoPro, um, 90% of the time for all of my videos, um, and sometimes I use the Insta360 camera, but for the most part, I'm a GoPro filmmaker. I'm a GoPro amateur filmmaker. So I just put it on a selfie stick. The selfie stick has a tripod mount, and I suggest getting a tripod mount that is hefty and sturdy, so it'll keep your camera upright all the time in windy conditions. Uh, and definitely get the media mod for your GoPro because you'll get better sound for your GoPro, and you can also get a like a wireless microphone, like the Rode Wireless 2. And I just, I film, depending if I want to put the wireless microphone on or not. I just film it. I place the camera somewhere and just let it record. I'll change different positions, different heights. It just in my mind, I have a visual way of setting shots up if I really get into it. Uh, Most of the time, I'm just lazy. Most of the time, I'll just say, okay, I'm going to put a camera over there, or I'm going to put a camera over there, or just record myself. But I'm very aware of where the camera is and how it's presented. So the more you look at film, the more you use cameras, the more you'll relate more to making film and making videos. It's all about practice. And plus, it kind of helps to be kind of vain. If you're making videos with yourself in it, try to put yourself out there. Making videos has helped me quite a bit to be a little bit more open and be myself. And there are times that I kind of maybe overact sometimes, or I hate to say fake, but maybe just a little bit more presenting myself more than usual. But it has helped me to open up and try new things. And electric unicycles, um, the one wheel, making those videos based on that really has helped me a lot to break out of my comfort zone quite a bit. So I thank everybody out there for watching me. And what else has been going on? This week, this Wednesday, I'm going in for my third surgery. The second surgery was to uncover my gums on my lower jaw. And when my gums were uncovered, these metal implants were screwed into my other implants. It's hard to explain. I mean, I can show you, but I don't want to show you right now. But basically, this surgery is now going to be for the upper jaw. So what happens during this? It sucks so bad. I hate that numb medication, that numbness they put on you. They numb you up and they stick the needles in there, and it hurts at first. Oh, it sucks. And you can feel that needle going in your gums. So he's gonna inject me probably right in there, right up in here, up in there, and it's constant. Now on the upper jaw, that numbness is gonna radiate up to my nose, and that's what I hate the most. It's that feeling where I can't breathe or I don't have control over my breathing somehow because I can't feel my nose. It's hard to explain, but they do that, and then uh, basically they just take a scalpel and they're just uncovering uh, the healing abutments, the healing anchors, I guess you could say, that are in the bone of my upper jaw, and they're gonna put extenders. So what's gonna happen is after that heals, I'm gonna get a denture that will snap in right into those abutments. So once the upper jaw heals, we're gonna be moving on to the final stage, which is my final teeth, which is the snap-in dentures, and that's gonna be great. Uh, Another thing related to that is uh, in concerning my dentures is the bottom one snapped in half, and just as that happened, I was eating Chinese food too, and I hadn't had Chinese food for like 2 3 months, and I ate my Chinese food, and it was soft. It was soft Chinese food, and it just went crunch, broke in half. And I'm like, what the fuck? I was upset about that, obviously for good reasons, and I call up my dentist, and he was on he was about ready to go on vacation, but he had time for me. If I had dropped off my denture, he would work on it at nighttime and just pick it up in the morning that day. Um, so I did that, came back, and I came home, and he said, take it easy, baby that denture until you get your next set of dentures, I guess. And what happened, guys? I ate something. It was very, it wasn't hard. It wasn't chewy. It was just normal food. I babied that denture, and my denture broke again in half. I was freaking pissed off, man. And the answer that I get was, man, they shouldn't be snapping in half. That's a resin denture. Well, it broke. It broke. So he recommended me to go to a place to get that fixed, but the place wouldn't work on it because obviously this immediate denture, it's a temporary denture, is now anchored kind of um, on the abutments. It's not snapped in, but it is resting on it. And for some reason, that place used that as a reason to not repair my denture for some reason. He said it's just going to break again. Okay. So, uh, and it did break again. So what did I do? I got to wrap this part up really fast. But what happened was the last train of thought. What happened was I got some super glue. And I said, fuck it. I'm just going to use the bottom denture as a cosmetic thing for now. And when I eat, I'm just going to take it out and just chew with the upper denture. And that's sure enough, I put uh, super glue. So it's staying together. And it's been like this for a couple of weeks now. So I haven't chewed with it. So that's fine. So what's going to happen is the dentist already ordered a new plate. So when I go in this week, I'll get the new plate. And they're just going to have to realign the, the denture again. So basically, I'm getting a new lower denture, temporary one. And a couple months from now, I'm going to get the full, complete denture. Okay, let's move on to the next topic. I spent too much time on that one. Sorry about that. Uh, I just did a PWM correction on my Gold Master. I watched a video from Don Champion about uh, her pre-flight checklist. So basically, you just type out pre-flight checklist PWMs Don Champion if you're trying to search for that video on YouTube, and she details how she does that. And I never did that for any of my wheels, so I did that for my Gold Master here, and it was pretty easy to do. My Gold Master was at 100%, but the battery wasn't balanced, and after that, I did a lift test and it reached 114 PWM or 114% PWM, and then it was at 69 miles per hour. I had the phone there, but I don't even feel like opening it for some reason. uh, so I did that, and I did the corrections, and now it cuts off at 100% PWM and 80% beeps. So that's what I have going on. I doubt I'll ever get high speed anytime soon, but it's there. It's there. I still have my speed beeps on and voice beeps on the Master. So I really love the Master. I was messing around with the pads yesterday because for some reason I just love messing around with power pads and keep changing them around. And I think now I got the right setup. It's a little tricky to sit, but I can still sit with the configuration with the way I adjusted the Clark pads. But it feels good now where I have contact pretty much right away. Like I'll give you an example. I was trying to do a speed test, a speed run down the main street of my town yesterday morning, and I just didn't like how far forward I had to reach in order to touch that front pad. So I've been messing around with trying to get it to touch a little bit sooner on the shin instead of later, so I can get more torque out of the acceleration. But I was having a hard time getting the brake pad set up correctly. So I was messing with how high I should put the pad or how low, which angle to put the pad. And the Clark system, the Clark fairing system, it doesn't give you enough room to move the pads around front and back because there's a little lip around the fairing. So if it was a flat fairing, that'd be great, but it's not a flat fairing. It's kind of tapers out. So do I look all red or no? It's quality as camera. I'm sorry, guys. The monitor that I'm looking at over here too, it's kind of creating that reddish look. But anyways, Sherman S. I am going to be doing a tire change. I already got Shinko in today. It's the same size Shinko that my Master has. I believe it is 2.75 14. And we'll see. I'm going to do some measurements first of the Shinko that's already on my Master and just kind of gauge whether or not it's going to fit, first of all, inside the shell of the Sherman S. It should, and I've seen people make posts that they had the Shinko. There were a couple people who said that their Shinko tire didn't fit or had a hard time fitting. I don't know where that came from, but other people said it did fit. So I got some tools coming. I'm making a little bit of an investment with this. I'm getting a cordless drill. I don't really keep a lot of power tools at home. I don't have a lot of space for all that. I rent an apartment with my girlfriend, so we don't have a lot of places to store things or do anything like that. Um, so I'm getting my first cordless drill, a Ryobi with all the attachments. So that's gonna be great for taking apart the Sherman S, so I can just go. Bzz, 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 bzz. I watched a teardown video of it, the Sherman S, and how to take that apart, and it looks pretty simple for the most part. It looks a whole lot easier than the Hero. Um, Probably the same difficulty level that I had with the Sherman, original Sherman, but less roll cage, roll, yeah, less roll. Can't even say roll cage today. Less roll cage issues. There we go. Uh, yeah. So, anyways, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try to see if I can do a video or a live stream. I might use my laptop right here that I'm using and connect my GoPro to it. And but the internet's so good and it can reach out far enough that I think I might be able to stream that from our porch. And I have a table that I can put it on. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay. Uh, yeah. So I'm just basically trying to still figure out the Sherman S. And I stated in my videos, I'm not 100% with it, but I am pretty much 100% with my Master. I am loving the Master, guys. Like, I'm loving it a whole lot more each time I freaking ride it. It's a freaking dream. And I have more appreciation of it now after the fact that I got the Sherman S. There's just more torque to the Master. It just responds exactly the way you want it to respond. And I said it in the video, but the Sherman doesn't have that power to stop or accelerate the way you would want to with the Master. You know what I'm saying? And I know the two different wheels, two different power delivery. 100 volt, 134 volt wheel. Is a difference, obviously. So I'm just trying to see, how I can go forward with this wheel. I don't know if I want to get a different wheel than the Sherman. Is there a little bit of doubt here now? I don't know. It's a beautiful looking wheel. It's a good looking wheel. I like the looks of the Sherman S, very much so. Uh, I like you can put a few accessories on it. I even got a suspension knob. Yeah, I've got a couple of suspension knobs that you can use, so you need a screwdriver. And I got a lampshade cover that covers like the first fourth of the the light, so you don't blind people. So that's good, and the seat's pretty cool. And I've invested some money into this wheel, so just a matter of time just to ride it, and get better with it, and I think we'll be fine. Um, Trying to think what else I can talk about. What's going on here? I think we covered everything. I think we covered everything, guys. And if I forget something, then I'll put it in a different video. But oh yeah, video games. Let's talk about video games real quick. So I don't stream my video games much now these days. I used to a lot on this channel, and I play video games still, but I have a hard time sitting in front of the computer playing games more than 2 hours now these days, because I already here at work sit on my ass for 12 hours, and when I come home, I do like being in front of my ultra wide gaming monitor and using the power of my gaming computer, but I get tired of that real quick for some reason. And lately, I've been just wanting to game from my bed, like play on my Steam Deck. And I love that Steam Deck, man. There's so many games you can put on there, and so many games run flawlessly on it. Flawlessly. It's a really wonderful gaming system. If you don't have a Steam Deck yet, I suggest you getting one, and it's on sale right now um, through the Steam Summer Sale until the 11th, I think, the 11th of July. So go get one of those. But the games that I have been playing, um, there's been quite a few. I bought a lot of freaking games on the Steam Summer Sale. But the games I've been playing for the most part, believe it or not, is Aliens Colonial Marines. A lot of people didn't like that game, but it doesn't seem like it's a bad game. It's to me, it's like a pretty good adaptation from the Aliens movies. I'm going to be going back to playing Alien Isolation. I still haven't beaten that game yet. I think I was close to finishing it, but just before I went to work, I put some mods on it. I got some shading mods and high resolution mods. So I'm going to start from the beginning again, and I might stream that game again here on this channel. Really good game, and I love Aliens. Love that franchise. Uh, Playing that, and a few other games. You know, like I said, I bought tons of games. I was playing Diablo 4 for a little bit, but I kind of got sick of it after level 45. Um, I don't know. It didn't feel like a rewarding game because the the enemies are all leveled scaled. They're all scaled to your level. So every time I picked up something for an item, to make your character better, it didn't feel like it mattered. It didn't feel like I was getting stronger for some reason. It was weird. I'm back to playing Magic the Gathering. I'm playing that through Magic the Gathering Arena. And that's fun to play. And Guild Wars, playing Guild Wars 2 again. So when I get to it, I'll play those. But other games I want to check out that I have is Amnesia, The Bunker, and I want to play more of Titan Quest Anniversary Edition. It's kind of like Diablo, but the enemies are not scaled, and you're playing in a Greek mythic setting. Bro Tato, that's another game I'm playing too. It's a roguelike, kind of like Vampire Survivors, but instead of waves upon waves and waves of enemies with no time to figure out things. Instead, you're each wave is controlled and timed, so you're gonna have a bunch of enemies coming at you at once within like 1 minute, and you have to get all the gems that they drop. So your basic goal is kill all those as possible with your loadout, and then choose different items, weapons, put on your character, and there's different modifiers to these weapons, so you can choose to be more. Your character can be more about range. They can wield 6 shotguns at once, or you can have 2 shotguns, 2 clubs, 2 swords, or 1 sword. There's so many ways to mix and match your loadout. It's freaking crazy, and you basically have to fight wave after wave of enemy until the 20th wave, and then your character has to defeat that boss, and moves on. So it's pretty crazy. It's a pretty fun game. So that is what's going on in that department. And I've been watching a lot of podcasts. I like watching Star Trek podcasts. There's a Star Trek podcast called the Shuttle Pod Show. So I've been watching that with a lot of Star Trek actors on there. There's actually 2 Star Trek actors hosting other actors from the Star Trek franchise. So it's pretty neat. You should check it out. The Steve-O podcast show, watch some of that. There's a few other podcasts I was watching. But I've been trying to look for some electric unicycle content, but nothing has really been interested in me. I'll try to watch something, but my interest is kind of fading. I love watching Sensei Vegan, You Stride. Is there any food? That's all I seem to notice anyway on my feed. Um, I see a lot of wrong, can't even say it right, wrong way videos, but I'm not really into him all that much. I think he's a good filmmaker and he brings up good topics, but I don't know. I think he's too advanced. You know what I mean? Too advanced. Like I don't feel related to him in that regard when it comes to EUCs. I think that's it, guys. Um, yeah. So if you guys have got any questions, let me know. If you guys want to see me do something like this live, we can do that. I'm not really good with talking to other people. I'm pretty good talking into the air, though. So maybe we'll try it someday. Maybe we'll do a podcast of our own. I just don't know what yet. All right. You all be good and may the force be with you and live long and prosper and all that shit. Peace out.